Hello, everyone. I'm just here to share um, something that happened to me a few months ago. I've been avoiding sharing it, but I feel like I'm being led by the Lord to share it, and I'm just being obedient at this point. Um, I have been on my walk with Christ for almost a year now. I gave my life to Christ December of last year, and it was literally a decision that changed my life. I'm not the same person I was. I'm a completely different person, and sometimes, I look back and I'm amazed at what God can do. It wasn't until like a month after, sometime in January of this year, that this occurred. I remember during that time that all I wanted to do was read my Bible. I would go to work and come home to just read the Bible. I had this hunger, this thirst to just learn about Christ and try to understand what was going on in my life. Little by little, things started changing for me. I was no longer enjoying things that I used to do or I was doing before. I found myself not finding pleasure in certain things like going out, drinking, partying. I just didn't find any pleasure whatsoever. Little by little, I just didn't do it anymore. I just would turn down invitations to stay home and read the Bible. I didn't binge watch Netflix movies anymore. I didn't find any enjoyment in doing that. I found more pleasure in reading the Bible, listening to sermons, taking notes on sermons. I had this hunger like I can't even explain. It's definitely something out of this world. I remember one of the things that also I stopped enjoying was listening to music. I had a very extensive playlist. I've always been a music fan. Have like an ear for like the piano, the violin. I played it when I was younger. I always liked music, and there was songs that I just couldn't listen to anymore. I didn't find enjoyment in listening to these songs that I've listened to most of my life, most of my adult life, and I just didn't I couldn't listen to it anymore. Like I found myself turning it off. It was just unpleasant. It just didn't feel right. I didn't enjoy it anymore. And I remember asking the Lord, what's going on? Like what is this? Like why is this now being like brought to my attention? Like why is this a thing now? Like what's going on? And I remember it was a day sitting in my living room and a YouTube video popped up on my feed, and this YouTube video was about Beyonce, and this girl was talking about one of her songs, and that her song, she was speaking about how it was demonic, and there was a word that she said Oshun, and as soon as I heard that word, it was like I was immediately like drawn to this message that she was talking about. I felt like I needed to listen and hear what she was about to say. And I remember the word brought me back to my childhood, because that word I've heard before as a child. My father was what we call a santero. He was very deep into, it's like voodoo, very deep into it. And he did the sacrifices and all of that stuff. Like he was very, very, very involved into like witchcraft and stuff like that. It was kind of like a form of witchcraft. I was a small child. I didn't really understand it much. I just knew it wasn't good. I just knew the energy behind it wasn't good. And I remember when I was exposed to it as a child, that I tried to avoid it. Like, I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like to be around it. I didn't like to see it. So fast forward to now, I'm listening to this word, and it strikes me like hard. Like, I'm like, what's going on? And I'm drawn to this video. Like, I'm listening to this lady talking about this particular song. And the longer I listened to the video, I felt this negative energy, this presence out of nowhere come into my living room. I couldn't see anything, I could just feel it. And I felt like this energy was like a negative, dark energy that was pushing towards me. Like, it was trying to come towards me. And I felt like I was like in a bubble, is the best way I could explain it. I felt like I was in a bubble, like I had a wall of protection, because that energy couldn't pass that limit. It was like my bubble of energy was pushing against that energy. So it was like kind of like a tug of war in a way. I felt like the pressure coming towards me, but then I felt like whatever was protecting me or surrounding me was pushing back. So it was it pushing towards me, and whatever was protecting me was pushing it away. And that was going on for a little bit, but I remember feeling more drawn to the video because of it. I remember thinking, why is this energy even here? Why is it so upset? Why doesn't it want me to listen? It made me want to listen even more. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even afraid. Whatever this energy was, I could feel the negativity. I could feel the hate. I could feel the anger coming from it, but I wasn't afraid at all. So I decided to continue watching the video until I felt that the message that I needed to take from it, I understood, and I felt comfortable enough to like, okay, I'm gonna turn it off now because I get it. Like, I understand what the message is. I understand what I needed to know. As soon as I turned off the video, I felt the energy leave. That negative presence, it just vanished. It disappeared. I didn't feel it no more. I decided to go and have a prayer, read my Bible a little bit, and get ready for bed. That night, while I was asleep, I had a dream. This dream felt real, was very vivid, very real. It was like the area around me, I found myself in a place where it was flooding. It was flooding very quickly. And I was afraid. In the dream, I was frustrated. I was just trying to find higher ground. In that moment of fear, I wake up. And I wake up confused because I just had that dream. Mind you, this was the same night. The same night that I watched that video. I woke up, my eyes were open, I could see my room. I sleep with a small nightlight. I could see everything in my room. I was on my side, but I couldn't move. I had episodes of sleep paralysis a couple of times in my life in the past, but never like that. I felt like there was something holding my shoulder down. I was laying on my side, but I felt like there was something behind me. Somebody behind me. And I knew it wasn't good. I knew it was something bad. I knew it was something negative. I was just confused. I was like, what's going on? And I hear a voice telling me, but it was like in my head. It wasn't an audible voice like speaking to me like how I'm speaking now. It was a voice in my ear, but I could hear it in my mind, clear as day. And this voice was just in a subtle, borderline whisper, quiet, calm in a way voice telling me that I was alone, that nobody loves me, and that is why I'm alone. Nobody cares about me. This voice was like, at the time, my husband and I were kind of going through relationship problems, and he wasn't there that night. And this voice was like, oh, this is why he left you. This is why you're alone. This is why he doesn't love you. Nobody loves you. Why don't you call him? You should have called him. You should have called him. You should have called him so you wouldn't be alone. You should call him so he could be with you so you wouldn't be alone. Why don't you call him? Call him. This voice was literally talking to me like that. It was trying to feed into my insecurities. It knew my insecurities. It knew the things that I struggled with before my walk with Christ started. It knew the things that Christ was delivering me from. It knew, and it was trying to target those areas, make me feel afraid and insecure and unloved. I was so confused because I was like, wait a minute. And this is me thinking to myself, it's late at night. Why would I call anybody? Why would I call him? Why would I call anybody? It's so late at night. It's too late. Even if I wanted to call, I can't because it's too late. I wouldn't. I can't. And I'm like confused. And I'm like, what's going on? And I remember a few seconds of that felt eternal. It was torture. The voice was torturing me on purpose. I just felt like it was torturing me, trying to point out or feed on my insecurities. It was trying to point out my insecurities. It was trying to make me doubt myself or not like myself, or trying to make me feel alone and afraid. It was torture. It was a voice of torture. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It was the longest, probably couple of minutes ever of my life. And I remember thinking, no, it's too late. Why? There's no way I can call anybody at this time. It doesn't make any sense. What is going on? And then it was like a light bulb switched on in my head. And it kind of hit me wait a minute. I immediately knew what I had to do. And I was like, no, I don't need to call him. I'm calling Jesus. All I need to do is call Jesus. I'm calling Jesus. 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 And I remember forcing myself to say Jesus. But I said Jesus. And on the third time that I said Jesus, the weight lifted off my shoulders. And I was free. It was gone. I could feel it it was gone. This negative energy that I felt behind me was gone. The weight was gone. And I felt immediately relieved. I grabbed my phone and looked at the time. It was 1:45 in the morning. I'll never forget that time. I got on my knees. I turned on worship music and I got on my knees and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed till I got tired of praying, until I felt ready to go back to bed. That night opened my eyes to another side of this world. That night, I came in, like, I confronted whatever that was. I know it wasn't of this world. I see the world differently now. I know that there is a darker side to this world, evil, dark side that wants to keep us in depression, keep us in anxiety, keep us insecure and with low self-esteem, have us doubt God and his existence, have us feel alone. But I was actually grateful for that. Till this day, I'm grateful for that encounter that God allowed so that my eyes could be opened to the demonic realm. It exists. It doesn't want us to seek God. It wants us to stay trapped in the things of this world. But God is almighty and all powerful and a loving Father who never ever forsakes us, never ever leaves us. That night, he allowed me to see the other side, the dark side of this world, but he also showed me that he didn't leave me, that he was there the entire time, protecting me, watching over me. And after that day, I deleted my playlist of secular music. I did not listen to anything secular after that day. I started a new playlist with nothing but worship music. If it doesn't glorify God, and if it doesn't make me feel in my spirit that I'm glorifying God, I will not listen to it. I also have been walking even closer to God after that. I pray more. I read the Bible more. I know my identity in Christ now because of that incident. I remind myself every single day that I'm the child of the Most High, the Most High God, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He is never, ever apart from me. He's always with me. I have nothing to be afraid of. There's a passage that I would like to share that came out of that experience, that pretty much explains what happened. And it's found in Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. There is another passage that also came out of this that kind of explains, at least for me, what it's all about. It's found in Matthew 6:22. It says, "The eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light in you is darkness, how great is the darkness. The heart, the eyes is pretty much symbolic to the heart. Your eyes and your ears are the windows to your heart, to your soul. What you watch, what you listen to is what influences your life. What you allow, you open a door to allow this influence to control your life. I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to protect your eyes and your ears, which is the windows to your soul. I thank you for your time. I love you with the love of Christ. I pray that He blesses you as much as He's blessing me. Have a wonderful day in Jesus' name.